This is one of the two boat launches at the park here. That one's called Courtesy Duck.
No, it's Courtesy Dock for loading and unloading.
Courtesy Duck. I got to get my eyes checked. Courtesy Duck. Okay.
Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm John.
And we're the Geezers on the Go.
Go, go, go.
In this episode, we're at Holiday Campground on West Point Lake, on the Alabama-Georgia state line. This Army Corps of Engineers campground is located near LaGrange, Georgia, just a short way from Interstate 85. Holiday has 112 campsites, most with water and electric, and many of them are right along the lake that covers 26,000 acres. It's a real boater's paradise, with 34 public recreation areas on its 525 miles of shoreline.
We'll also give you the grand tour of LaGrange and an impressive art museum of local talent we found there. And finally, we'll hightail it over to another COE campground, Whitetail Ridge, a near spitting image of Holiday.
We're here at Holiday Campground on West Point Lake, and it sort of hugs the Georgia-Alabama border. The campground's a little confusing. The part of it's in Georgia, part of it's in Alabama, and you go back and forth in time zone. But it's sort of near LaGrange, Alabama is, I think, the official address. And we have water and electric here, and this is a really nice site. It's right on the lake. It was a little tough getting in, because they put this dopey little barrier there, so when you're turning in you gotta really be careful. But the campsite itself, we have a little bit of space. They have these cool little benches here. I'm not sure what they're for, but I guess if you wanted to, you could probably move your fire pit and put it over here and sit. As you can see, it's a nice view from your campsite, and you're right here on the lake. So if you had a boat, you could bring it right up along the shoreline here, or you can go sit here. You could probably go swimming, and you have a beautiful view of West Point Lake. The loop we're in is the first loop as you drive straight in from the check-in station. There's another loop with about 60 plus sites when you come into the right as you enter. Our sites go from 61 to 83, and the ones in the 70s here in this part are right along the lake. They have not a concrete, it has a paved sites, most of them, but some of them you have to be careful because they sort of fall off the edge here, and so you have to be careful to get your trailer going in the right way. But the ones over here have water and electric, and pretty much right on the lake. The one on the corner here, which is number 80, probably one of the better sites. And if you don't have enough for your car, there's another little parking area. This is site 81 in our little area, and this one also kind of narrow because they put this little bulkhead thing here, I think, to keep the dirt from falling, so you'd have to really squeeze yourself in. And I guess you'd probably almost have to park in that other little parking area. But this one, it's kind of nice only in that you're right by this sort of a beach area. I don't think there's any real designated beach areas here. It's just go where you feel like it. We're sort of in the second little section of this loop, because this starts at 69 and our loop says it's supposed to start at 63, and you can see that over there on the other side of the trees. This site's a little short as you walk around here. that was 69s and 70 are kind of short sights, but if you be right on the water. And there are 2 boat launches right by here too, so you could easily get a boat in. This one's a little bit longer, not much shade, but you got these are almost like maybe you consider these buddy sites or whatever. There's one there and one there, so you're both very close together and not much shade. And as we walk down the road heading towards our site, this is 73, which is on that side. And you got this one's not too bad. 72 is right by the water. And there you have 74, which is right on the lake and has some nice shade. And there's another one right on the other side here. If you don't care, you get a view of the lake, and that would be 75. And there's some squirrels running up and down a tree over here. And I think this one's 76, but there's no number on it because we're number 77. So I think that will be 76. Well, the little sign was turned upside down. It must have fell off the post there, but that wouldn't be a bad sight either.
Jill's cooking chicken on the grill. Hello, Jill.
Hello.
We are a little confused about dinner time.
I know, we confuse very easily.
The park office here at Holiday Campground is in Georgia, which is Eastern time, but our campsite is in Alabama, which is Central time.
Yeah, the campground is sort of a little bit of both Georgia and Alabama.
So I'm not sure when dinner time is.
I know, I don't even know what time it is now.
Even my phone is confused.
I know, every time you turn it on, it's either one or the other. It keeps changing. So it's either right now about 5:30 or it's 6:30. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure what time.
Well, I'll go for 6:30. This is the loop that has sites 1 through 50.
60.
1 through 60.
It's the first loop as you come into the park.
This is site 5 right here. Full pathway down to the lake. It's a little elevated. Some of these sites in the first part of this loop are a little elevated, a little higher than the lake. This is site 7. Site 8. Site 8 is a little shorter, but still a nice site. And site 9, which goes way back there.
Lots of space.
Yeah, a lot of room in that site. And that's this little loop. This is site 12. You have a big grassy area down by the lake there.
It's good for swimming.
Just beautiful. Or you could pull your boat right up on the beach there if you had a boat with you. You'll see some sites coming up here, I think, that are fairly deep and long ways to back up into them, but well, that one's not too bad. But the picnic table then is a little bit farther back even to get you down closer to the lake.
This one's even farther. You got to put on your hiking shoes to get to your picnic table. 14.
Yeah, this is site 14. See the picnic table way back there. And 15 over here. It's a little bit more conventional. Down in this area we have sites 103 to 112. This is a little loop that's the farthest you can get from the entrance. That was site 103 that we just went by. That's 104. But these ones out here at the very end are just gorgeous sights.
This one's a nice pull through.
Yeah, big pull through right here. 108, right on the end of the little peninsula here.
109.
109. That's 110 right there. 111, a little short, but you get into it and it's got a parking space next to it.
The last one, 112, is really nice.
Yeah, this one here, 112, with this big old motorhome in it. That's probably one of the primo sites here. There are two primitive group camping sites along the way in here too. This is one of them. It's called Kiki, and the other one is called
Running Deer.
Running Deer, yeah. But they're very pretty.
Yeah, they got tables and.
Make a very pretty group camp. You know, Boy Scouts, whatever. Yeah, big family stuff, or whatever you wanted to. Mafia. You know, stuff like that. We're going down into the boat launch now that's nearest our campsite. We got a lot of lake out there.
Big lake.
Very similar to the other boat launch. A nice big dock there.
Nice big thing to help you go up to while you park trailers.
This boat launch, this one looks a little steep too, but not too bad.
Somebody's coming in. Hope they caught a fish.
Well, Jill decided to test out our little beach here.
I had to put some surf shoes on because there's lots of rocks.
Oh, it's a rocky bottom?
Well, it's sandy, but there's lots of small stones and things.
Yeah.
But it's not that cold. If it was a little bit warmer, I'd even put my bathing suit on, but not quite warm enough. Nice to just at least put my feet in.
Now, this is right below our campsite too. I mean, it's like 20 feet from our campsite, this little beach here.
Yeah, West Point Lake on the Alabama-Georgia border.
Yeah, we know where we are, Jill.
Yeah, but we don't know what time it is.
Right. Well, it's eclipse day, and so far nothing's happening, so we'll keep waiting. We'll probably go right across the trees here. It seems like the eclipse might be starting a little bit, because it's getting a little bit darker here, even though there's no clouds. So we'll just keep waiting to see if we get any total darkness. So far here, just still a little shadowy. Our son just sent us a picture from New York City, and it's really dark. If this is as dark as it's gonna get, we didn't have much of an eclipse here. Now that the eclipse has sort of passed over us, it's getting a little brighter. But I was a little disappointed it didn't get that dark. Okay, the first thing I noticed when we came to this campground is that there are like little loops and dipsy doodles and offshoots and little roads. We sort of got lost a little bit because you go down one row. Oh, that's not the numbers. It's still not here. and it started to make sense after we'd been around the campground, because the Army Corps of Engineers set this up so that they got as many campsites as they possibly could on the water. Right. And that's made it a really desirable campground to come to, because there are so many. Right. And we're right, if you can see right in the back, we're right on the water. If you had a little boat, you could probably pull it right up to the shoreline. Oh yeah, we're 20 feet away from the lake here. Yeah. There's about a little over 100 sites in this campground, and almost every one of them is on the water, or at least with a water view. And there's another COE like a mile down the road that's almost a Whitetail. Whitetail. It's almost a carbon copy of this one. Yeah, well, a few less sites. It's smaller, but it's laid out almost the same way. We didn't get to go. There's at least two other ones on this lake too. I imagine they're similar, but
Yeah.
I don't know. We haven't been to those.
Probably the only maybe drawback to this place is that the bathrooms are old, and a lot of the bathrooms that are near in each loop, they only have like one bathroom in each stall.
And because the campground's so spread out, there are a lot of loops that don't have, you know, facilities anywhere near them. Especially some of the tent sites, they don't have water. They're primitive sites,
and there's no bathrooms. And here, if you want to take a shower, you got to get in your car and drive down the road because there's none in this loop or the next loop.
Or go jump in the lake.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is very big. It's like, what? 26,000 acres, almost over 500 miles of shoreline.
It's a big bass lake. That's what it's probably known for.
Yeah, bass and catfish probably, and then it has all the other varieties too of panfish.
So West Point Lake, it's pretty good size.
And very few alligators.
Right. Yeah, a lot of the big lakes here where we just came from, they put signs up. There was no signs. And funny thing is this lake here, West Point Lake, and we were down a Lake Eufaula. The same river connects both of them, the Chattahoochee River.
Yeah, it's a huge system that the COE developed with all of these big, huge lakes and rivers
and dams
and dams and everything. But the reason apparently that there are not very many alligators is because we're too far north.
Yeah.
We've gotten just above the alligator line, sort of.
Which is good.
They said you might see one in here occasionally, but I mean, there's kids down the shoreline swimming, and nobody's worried about them.
There's not. I wouldn't say this is anything, but it's not touristy here.
No.
I mean, you're coming here for the fishing and the boating and the whatever. The lake.
Yeah.
There is a nice little town that we went to visit called LaGrange, which is only about 10 miles away, and it has lots of little shops. And we went and visited
Joe went shopping and
this art gallery.
And we saw a modern art gallery. Or it's actually a museum, not a gallery. I don't think they're selling any paintings, but. And then that was fun, and I'm sure that you could get lost in LaGrange and spend a whole day there.
And we visited one place that a Facebook friend said we had to go get. It was called Big Chicks. It's got fried chicken, and one of the people who worked at the art museum said, "You got to go there.
It's the best chicken in the world."
And it's been really good. so we're going to take you along for a little tour of the campgrounds, and hope you enjoy it. This is the town of LaGrange here, about 15 miles from our campground on West Point Lake, and this is a little town center here with lots of pretty flowers. And let's go walk up here and see exactly who this guy is. Found out this nice statue was dedicated to Lafayette, who helped with us in the Revolution. Lots of pretty flowers here, huh? It's a very pretty little town. Lots of little shops. We can go see. There's John standing on the other corner.
On sort of an artsy little street.
We're here at the LaGrange Art Museum in downtown LaGrange, Georgia. Not that far from our campground, so we thought we'd get a little culture on our trip. We need it.
Just a little bit. That's about all we could stand.
Pretty sure this museum features a lot of local artists, so we'll see what's going on in here. Here's one of those interactive things with different TVs showing you stuff. There's a piece of art. You're allowed to touch it, John? Open and close the doors?
Oh, I think you're allowed to touch it. In any case, I just did.
Uh-oh. No bells are ringing, so I guess that's okay. I don't know much about art except what pictures that I like, but this picture basically looks to me like they put a frame around the wallpaper. So, what do I know? In addition to a lot of the local artists here, these are And 2 Andy Warhol silkscreen prints. They're 48 out of 50. I kind of like the cowgirl here. Reminds me of when I used to go riding all the time. That's called Cowgirl, and this one is called Mother and Child.
We're at Whitetail Ridge Campground now. It's another Corps of Engineers campground about a mile down the road from ours. So it's on West Point Lake as well. Just starting to make it around. This campground has, I think, around 58 sites, all water and electric. No full hookups here. Oh, these are like our campground. These have some really nice sites right on the lake.
Oh, this is number 16. It's really nice, right?
Boy, they got more lakefront property than we got at home here. Now, these are very nice, and this is a big pull-through right
17.
here. 17.
This campground's sort of like ours. They got lots of little loops.
Yeah, they spread them around so they can get them on the lake.
Number 20 here looks like to be the best one right there.
Right on the end of the little peninsula here. Beautiful site. And we're entering or moving on over to the part of the campground that has sites 32 to 58. And a bunch of these too are right by the lake. You got some elevation down to the lake right in this area. It's not as flat as some of the other areas. See the lake peeking out from behind there.
This is 37 through 46 over here. Oh.
This looks really pretty. I love these little loops that go out onto the end of little spits of land here. Guy's got his boat just pulled up on the shore down there. Probably in one of these rigs on the end. It's 39 where that big rig is. Great view of the open water view of the lake from here. This would be your view from Site 44. And this is a boat launch at Whitetail. I don't know, Jill, you got the map. Is it the only boat launch or is there another?
That looks like it's the only one here.
Okay, so that would be the only boat launch here then, as far as we can tell from the map anyway.
A little steep, but
A little steep and nice dock down there. And you can put in right into a deeper part of the lake here. There's a channel buoy out there, so must drop off out there at some point. And that's our cue to drop off and head out to our next destination. Thanks for joining us at Holiday Campground and West Point Lake, and as always, we'll see you down the road.
stop!